Hey everybody, it is Prince's Friend, and I am back with another video, and I'm sure you guys saw the graphic that I used for this video. I've actually gotten a hold of another court document that Iron Mountain went ahead and filed that I think really casts a lot of doubt on Comerica's claim that Prince's vault was not good enough for all of his music. So let's go ahead and get right into it. This court declaration was filed on the 10th of November. I only just now got a hold of it due to some of the awesome friends that we have of the channel. But I wanted to go ahead and just go over a few of the main things here. So first off, this was written by Eric Bricker, who works for Iron Mountain. He was the Director of North American Field Operations for Iron Mountain for 8 years. And before that, he was the operations manager for records management. So, you know, his role is actually pretty big. He's a higher up. I also thought that it was pretty interesting that he says in his court document that he traveled to Paisley Park personally to oversee getting all of the music from Paisley Park loaded on the trucks. Only management level and higher personnel were allowed at Paisley Park during this process. Apparently, Comerica had cataloged all of the inventory and got it ready to give to Iron Mountain. That inventory was loaded onto trucks, out of sight during the evening to maintain the greatest privacy and security possible. The trucks were then loaded and locked with unique seal identifiers. A Comerica representative was present during this process. So obviously each truck was set up in order to handle this, and when the trucks arrived at Iron Mountain in Hollywood, they broke the seals on the truck and verified that all the information was there. Now everything is at Iron Mountain. Everything now has a barcode that can be cross-referenced and brought up at a moment's notice and all of that stuff. So, I mean, that actually makes me feel good also that it happened already. The process went well. We didn't lose anything along the way. So everything's at Iron Mountain now. But here is where we get to the interesting part of this whole deposition, is where he says, and this is point number 8, while Iron Mountain was not hired to assess conditions at Paisley Park, I observed the security and storage conditions there while cataloging the estate's assets. Among other concerns, I observed that a large volume of people have access to the Paisley Park facility, as a portion of the facility has been operated as a museum. And I observed that the majority of the assets were stored in what appeared to be office spaces and not in a vault. While cataloging the estate's assets, I also observed film that had degraded because it was being stored in ambient temperature and tapes with mold and water damage. So I don't know if you're, getting the context of this, but when Iron Mountain showed up, the stuff that they were given was not in the vault. Everything was out and it was in the open, and that's not good. Prince created the vault in order to be this place where you can take care of all of that stuff, and apparently Comerica has gone in and started taking it out and storing it outside of that. Even Iron Mountain wasn't allowed to go and check out the vault. Point number 10 says, the estate's private vault is located in a discrete building made of cement reinforced with rebar. To access the vault, authorized personnel must pass multiple security card access points and have the correct security card and correct combination of keys to open the vault. The building is monitored by closed-circuit television, except for the vault's interior. So, the vault is under lock and key, and that's how it should be. So the whole idea that everybody has lots of access to Paisley Park and we're scared because, there's so much foot traffic, it's a museum for God's sake. Yeah, but the vault is not easily accessible. The people who are going to the museum, they're not going for that portion. It continues with point 11. Only a handful of necessary Iron Mountain personnel have access to the estate's vault. Apart from Iron Mountain personnel, only select Comerica employees and representatives of the estate are authorized to access the vault. So not only is it really hard to get in, but only a couple people are even allowed in. And then we get to the most important part of this whole declaration. Point number 12. The estate's private vault is climate controlled to ensure optimal storage and preservation conditions. So there you have it. Iron Mountain says the vault is just fine for preservation, and it's made for optimal storage. And it's away from everybody, and nobody goes in there without permission. But apparently, it's the worst place to have Prince's stuff. I don't believe it. I think, personally, that Comerica is making it up. I think that Comerica made up the story of the damage to justify them making the move to have the vault transferred to Iron Mountain. And even Iron Mountain saying the vault was just fine. So, what I surmise from this declaration, Comerica's lying. So I'm hoping that the courts are able to kind of filter through this, and I'm okay if I'm wrong. I'm okay if I'm wrong. Like, if a Comerica's telling the truth, and maybe Iron Mountain's facts aren't right here. I mean, I don't know. But if I'm wrong, thank goodness I'm wrong, because I want to be wrong. I want there to be no bad players here. I want everybody to be in it for Prince's legacy, to get the music out. At the same time, if I am correct, somebody needs to do something about this. And I'm hoping that maybe me shedding some light here in this video will help somebody make the move that's necessary in order to stop Comerica. Because it's plain in black and white right here in Iron Mountain's declaration. It's away from everybody, it's secure, it's great for optimal storage and preservation conditions. And they didn't say anything about water damage or, you know, stuff that's not being stored correctly, or things just being thrown into boxes that are stuck to the walls. There's nothing here about that. So I'm at a loss. You guys tell me what you guys think. I would love to hear your thoughts. Obviously, I have, gotten a hold of the records here, and I'm hoping that there's even more that I might be able to unpack for everybody. But this one's pretty damning against Comerica, and also coupled with yesterday's video that I did on Sharon Nelson saying all of the things that Comerica has done to the heirs. It's just, I don't even understand. Like, I'm completely on Sharon's side now to have these people removed, because it seems like they're just lying and they're trying to do everything that they can to wrestle the power and the authority over Prince's vault for themselves. But let me know what you think. I'm completely open to your guys' interpretation of this as well. In the meantime, also don't forget to like this video and share it around, because this is super important. Subscribe to the channel, follow me on social media, especially Patreon. I'm so thankful for the Patreon people, and may you live to see the dawn.